Welcome back to Romantasy Chaos HQ, the pod. We are Avery and Xavier Halston, healthcare professionals by day, romantasy theorists, and aspiring authors by night. Today we are covering the epigraph of Fourth Wing, chapter 34. This is your warning. There will be spoilers for the entire Empyrean series. If you have not read all three books, it may be time to turn back. We are not rated E for everyone. Xavier has a degree in cussing and is not afraid to use it. And we will discuss any and all adult topics covered in these books. We like a challenge, so we tackle each epigraph without prepping, placing it into the context of the whole series, not just the chapter or book it's tied to. But you don't have to take it cold. So here is our post-recording one-sentence summary of the chapter. Nearing Athbeen, Violet makes a series of discoveries. First, magic feels different outside the wards. Second, Xaden is happier and more free among his friends. And third, he's been planning a meeting with Peromish Griffin Flyers. There are 6 minutes on the clock, and Fourth Wing lore more shocking than discovering Xaden is working with the Flyers. So don't blink, don't scroll, don't let Taryn distract you. We have 360 seconds to blow your minds.
And go.
The first known Griffin attack occurred in 1 AU after unification, near what is now the trading post of Resin. At the edge of the dragon-protected border, the post has always been vulnerable to attack and, over the course of the past 6 centuries, has changed hands no less than 11 times in what has become a never-ending war to secure our borders from our power-hungry enemies. Navarre, An Unedited History by Colonel Lewis Markham. Okay. The fact that the first known attack occurred in 1 AU. Okay, we're told that General Daramore retreated to the Barrens, but by 1 AU, Poromil was attacking, presumably to either gain entrance to the wards, because they started attacking as soon as the borders closed, because they were only open for 1 year, or to gain access to the alloy that is the only known substance at that point in time that could kill Venin. So either way, they would want access to the wards because Venin were threatening them, or they would want the alloy because Venin were threatening them. So did General Daramore ever truly retreat?
Or it's all a damn lie.
I mean, we have no reason to believe that that is what happened, since we now know that the entirety of history has been changed, right?
So it's clearly not unedited. And,
No.
it's put in there as propaganda that it's unedited. So it's perfect to say, oh, we've been at war since year one. Like we gave them a year to leave. And the second that they were all gone, they started attacking us. And we've
No, we
changed.
gave them a year to join us.
Or-
And as soon as we said they couldn't join us anymore, they started attacking us.
But didn't some also decide to move
Well,
out, out of Navarre?
I guess hypothetically, people could have left Navarre.
Okay, so there was a year of immigration and emigration, and as soon as that year was over, the Griffins started attacking.
Yes.
That doesn't make any sense at all, unless the Venin never left, and they were already trying to come back because the Venin were never gone and they weren't defeated. They were just driven back, and they were still having to worry about those battles, or they actually didn't attack year one. And it's a complete rewrite of history to justify the battles that started when the Venin came back. I lean towards that it's a complete rewrite of history, and they didn't fight for 600 years.
So do you think that the trading post has actually changed hands 11 times?
No. Or if it's
So
changed
do
hands
you think,
11 times, it's changed hands 11 times, like in recent history. Not, I mean, and it implies it changed hands every 50 years over 600 years. That's not constant battle. That's like intermittent skirmishes.
Hmm.
And the Griffins held it for 100 years.
Hmm.
The great big Navarre dragons can't kick the Griffins out. It has gone back and forth a
The,
dozen times, well, 11 times.
the
And
griffins that look so tasty.
like this, it just doesn't, it
It
doesn't add up
doesn't
at
add
all.
up. That's true. Like, none of this adds up. That's certain. And the other thing that makes me wonder is like they talk about the Griffin's attacks. We know that the first successful bonded dragons and riders occurred in the Great War, and that is what gave them the advantage to defeat the Venin and create the wards. But do we know that that's when the first Griffin and Flyer bonding happened?
Uh, we don't know. We don't know. We also don't know when they said it changed hands, did Navarre attack and then abandon it and then attack and abandon it? And what's the strategic advantage of this trading post and outpost to Navarre? Again, it doesn't add up. But what it does do is set up the Griffins and Flyers as the bad guys, as the aggressors, as the people that the great Navarre has to defend themselves against, even though they're tiny little griffins versus great big dragons, and it's mind work versus major signets. And clearly, the griffins attacked the dragons 600 years ago for no good reason. But it allows Violet to have a very negative opinion when the griffins show up and just assume that they're like inside the wards and gonna attack, right? I mean, I guess Blake's outside the wards, but
Yes, and that's the thing. What strategic advantage is there for this post that is outside the wards and therefore automatically just like harder to defend and is really set up as a trading post? If you're having these 4 times a year, you're going there to trade, why does it matter who holds the post?
yeah, it's like,
Why couldn't it be like neutral?
well, why is not neutral ground like the Romulans and the um Klingons, the neutral ground where you just weren't supposed to go, or the demilitarized zone? No, they actually said we're going to control the demilitarized zone, and you can't even get close to our
Well,
wards.
because, okay, and this is what it comes back to, they have to control. If they don't control the post, they don't control the narrative.
And they need to keep the venom far enough away that no one ever actually. It's all rumors. It's
But they
all.
need to keep the Paromish citizens far enough away because the Paromish would continue to tell the truth about what was happening in their
It's
kingdom
a
if
prop.
they were it's propaganda. And that is our time. Did we blow your minds? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to check out more theories over on Instagram at Axe Harleston. And remember, we love you. Stay out of the clouds, off the ice, and come back to us. We'll see you next time.
See you next time. Remember, lore lovers, fantasy fanatics, and good girls, like, rate, review, subscribe, and share.